Here we go. What's going on, everybody? Live Farm 73 here. What's going on? Guava, everybody. How's everybody doing? Hope you're drinking some good boiled filtered water. And that's that. Let me get myself together here. Welcome in, everybody. Let me get my volume down because we about to get into it, and I'm gonna let everybody come on in. Hey, I see everybody pouring in now. I see them. Let's see, Soulful Seedlings, Southern Gigi, Second Floor Gardens. How you doing? Marsha, how you doing? The Power Chair Farmer, Talia Acres, how you doing? Mary Rizzo, I don't got my glasses yet. The Frugal Gardener, how you doing? Cynthia Murray, Natalie, how you doing? Who else we got in here? Lexi, Lula, how you doing? Lulu, how you doing? C. Francis, I am everything. Welcome in, Sun Energy. How you doing, my sister? How you doing? It's good to see you in here. Nala's Nook, and for a barbecue, Sacred Homemaker. How y'all doing? Q-Dub, Old Man, God's Hill. How you doing? TJ, Will. If I miss your name, y'all know I do not have my glasses on, and I'm sorry. If I can't pronounce your name, I'm gonna try sometime, but I'm sorry. Let's see. Thank you for that. See, that's another one. Tasha, whew, I ain't never seen it spelled like that, but I think that's Tasha, right? Okay. The end begins. How you doing? Yes, boiled and filtered, the water. Absolutely. All of it. All of it. All right. This is going to be a several part video. Okay. And what this is going to pertain to is I'm going to start out with the water crisis. Nobody think it's a problem because nobody's talking about it anymore. But every time there's a serious crisis right now in this country, we'll talk about it for about 7 days and it'll go away. Nothing has been changed. Nothing has been solved, but the situation will go away. Can we agree on that? I think we can all agree on it. What I keep seeing is serious compromising situations and horrible things going on in the world. And the news will only, if the media will report on it at all, because there's a lot of stuff that we just finding out today that happened 2 weeks ago. So if the media even decides to report on some of the things that we need to hear about, what we're seeing is they'll talk about it for about 3 or 4 days and then brush it off. That kid that drowned, several of those kids that drowned just recently, we have to go dig for information about this because nobody's talking about it. Like, that's old news. Do you understand what I'm saying? A kid gets drowned and everything about the case is side eye. It ain't even side eye. It's like, look, if it was one of us, we'd be locked up day one. So here's the thing I'm getting at. The water crisis is happening. And there was an attack on our water system on the United States of America. And I forget how many states it affected. They said it was in not Wisconsin, but I can't think of right off. It didn't happen. It wasn't reported in Wisconsin. Where was that? Minnesota. But then they said it affected many other states as well. And the only people that's reporting on those states was it Wisconsin or Minnesota. Either way, it doesn't matter because everybody keeps thinking these are isolated incidents. And it's almost impossible, especially when you share the same water system with another neighboring state. And everybody keeps saying, oh, well, that's in Wisconsin, or that's in New York, or that's Chicago, or that's just Detroit, or that's just Flint, Michigan. We all literally share the same water systems. We all literally share a lot of the same electrical grid systems. Okay? And everybody keeps saying, whoo, glad it's not me. I'm glad I'm in Ohio and not Michigan. And you don't even realize what you're saying. You don't even realize that your water is coming from the exact same place. Everybody was talking about Flint, Michigan, Flint, Michigan, Flint, Michigan. That's all I heard for years. But nobody said Toledo, Ohio. Nobody said Cleveland. Nobody said Cincinnati. That is the exact same water. And everybody in my hometown, water was green too, which was Toledo, Ohio. Everybody in that area had algae blooms making people sick and deleting some lives out there. But everybody just kept saying Flint, Michigan, trying to, I don't know, downplay it or whatever. So we know there's a problem with the water system. And I'm hoping, and I'm coming to y'all today. I did that short video on cleaning out my Berkey. Now, I want to get a few things straight, okay, about cleaning out my Berkey. All right, B Rich, what's up, brother? A few things I want to get straight, okay? There's a lot of comments on that video, and I want to make sure that everybody knows how that works. I've had a lot of people say, well, what about, isn't that the water that you're getting out of your air conditioning system? Sorry. I've been getting water out of my air conditioning system for over 8 years. Filtering it and using it. And I've been drinking it for over 8 years. I've never seen anything like that. So everybody thought that it was because of my air conditioning system. That has zero to do with it. Okay? Now, then they said, you know, oh, that's water that's coming out of your toilet. It's not. Everybody, the reason why I wanted to address that situation is because I don't want everybody believing the false narratives that these bots or whatever is putting into play and making you believe it. That's not. That water came from my tap. Now, I told everybody, I think it was about 2 or 3 years ago, had the same situation. I showed everybody the exact same thing, and nobody believed it. Now, this is what gets me, and this is why I'm addressing this today, okay? Why on God's green earth do you think I'm the one lying to you? I want clicks and views? Do you think I'm going to try to lie to the entire world about water problem for clicks and views? Me. There are people that don't believe me or my situation, but you mean to tell me you believe the government over me? I'm just one man. I ain't gonna get. Hey, let's say this. Let's just say I was in it for the clicks and views. What am I gonna make? $200? I'm gonna make like $200 for the clicks and the views, and then gonna get the backlash from the people calling you a liar and proving you wrong, digging up your information on the internet and all of that, right? So here's the threat. If I'm sitting here lying, people can go ahead and check my whole life out and find out, oh yeah, he always lying, right? So then you ridicule, you're off the internet, they boot you off the internet, and the next thing you know, you ain't making no more money. So you think I'm going to risk everything and all my reputation and all my family and friends for a couple $100 for clicks and views? I'm not a fame seeker. I'm just trying to inform the rest of the community of what's going on. Now, maybe this ain't happening to you, but if you read those comments, it's happening to a lot of people. But for some reason, everybody thought it was just, oh man, there you go. Oh, that's doo-doo water. Oh, he dug that out of the ground. And you know what? That's fine. But here's the thing. That, again, this is why I'm addressing that situation. They just said we had an attack on our water system, our water supply, our water treatment centers, we had an attack, whether foreign or domestic. We had an attack on our water. Immediately, I started tasting the water coming out of my faucet, and it tasted weird. It had a metallic taste. Next thing I know, I go to clean out my Berkey because my daughter is like, "Yo, the water filter, Dad, is dripping too slow. I put it in this morning. It still ain't." I clean it out, and that's the sludge I pulled out. But everybody think that that was AI generated or fake or click and view type situation. And I'm gonna say this, and we're about to roll on to the next segment of this video. I'm gonna say okay, and everybody can believe whatever they want to. But I've been doing this a long time on this platform, and I ain't got no reason to lie to nobody. It don't matter. See, all of the stuff of trying to be famous and all of that stuff for every content creator, those days are long gone. Now, if you don't have proper information to share with the rest of the community to help the rest of the community get through this mess that we're going through right now, you know what? You may as well just shut up and be quiet. And I'm gonna tell you something else. YouTube has upped the watch time hours for you to be monetized from 4,000 to 8,000. I can remember when it was 500, then it went to 1,000, then it went to 4,000. Now you need 8,000 watch hours for you to be monetized. Why? Because what YouTube is seeing is a lot of people starting to get into YouTube and spreading lies and garbage and false narratives, and it's becoming a dumping ground of nonsense. So they figured we're going to make it a little harder for the people with the nonsense. Now, stick with me because here we go. What we got here, okay, is the water system was messed up. I gave my take on the water system. You're free to do with whatever you want to do. You do not have to believe me. That's totally fine. I understand. I'm just a dude, right? I get it. You put all your trust into the government. I get it. Now, I had a long conversation with my wife this morning and late last night. I'm going to tell you what we conversated about. What we conversated about, how many people right now, I'm going to put my, well, not yet. I'm going to put my link in here and I'm going to let people come up if you want to. But I'm going to ask you this. How many people, show of hand, watched the movie The Last House on Netflix? Whew. How many people saw The Last House? Show of hands. Raise your hands if you've seen The Last House, please. Let me see. You mean to tell me everybody in this room has not seen The Last House on Netflix? Show of hands if you've seen it. Q Dub said, just watched it today. A friend of mine, I had it saved and I totally forgot about it because it was like coming next month. And I had it saved for Netflix. And my friend watched it and told, you got to see this, right? So once she said, you got to watch it, I was like, I knew it was going to be good because I put it in my save list. And I put it in my save list, and all I was going off of was a couple of seconds of the trailer. Okay, all of y'all seen, well, do me this favor. Here's the homework. Go watch The Last House on Netflix. Now, I'm going to say this. I'm not going to do no spoilers, okay? But I'm going to say, eat the meat and spit out the bones. That's what I'm telling you. If you don't have Netflix, I know you can stream it from something else. Just Google it and it'll give you choices to stream it on. Okay? It's a movie. It's not a series. It should be a series. Okay? Because if they would have tweaked a couple of things, they could have put The Walking Dead to shame. If they would have tweaked a few things, Walking Dead would have had some rivalry show. Okay, so this is what I'm saying: eat the meat, spit out the bones. Hope I'm saying that right. Take away from that movie, the important information, and forget about, yes, it's like that, Second Floor Gardens. It was so crazy. My wife don't get into stuff like that, right? But it was so crazy. We watched that movie, and we watched it last night. I want to say we started watching it about 8 o'clock, and the movie came on, went off, and we sat and talked about the movie till 12 something. We both had to get up early, but we sat up talking realistically about not the movie itself. We talked a little bit about the movie, but what we were doing was comparing ourselves to the movie. So I said, listen, I gotta do a StreamYard on this. And what I really wanted her to be here, because I listen, she don't never like getting on the camera. I bet you Lady Leia would have got on the camera for this one. Because we literally had to say, look, we need to stop. We need to go to bed. We're going to talk about this all night. Okay? Because there's parts of it that we live already. And then it was parts of it that we needed to make sure, like, she asking me, so did you do X, Y, and Z? I said, I did, baby. But I need to know if you on board with X, Y, Z, because I'm going to need help. Right? So the rest of the family, I said, we're going to have a family meeting. The name of it again is The Last House. It's on Netflix, The Last House. We need to have a family meeting. We need to talk and see who head is in the game and who head ain't. And the reason why I brought up the water situation in the beginning, because it's already happening. Everything is falling and crumbling down around us, and we're pretending, oh, that's just old news. Oh, that's last week. Or that was just last month. Or that was last winter. No big deal. Every time something bad happened, we say, oh, but that was last week, because they have made it so our attention spans is that short. So we forget about stuff easy. So I need you. And you know what? How many people saw, oh, I always forget I always want to call it As the World Turns. What was our movie that we had to watch night? What was the movie we all had to watch night? Not As the World Turns. Dang, I always forget the name. We had a watch party here on StreamYard for hours, for like 4 hours. Leave the World Behind. Leave the World. Thank you, TJ. Leave the World Behind. We had a watch party on that movie. Okay. I need to check, because whoever wrote and produced Leave the World Behind, I'm going to bet some money had to produce this The Last House. I'm going to put some money on it, because they both movies left you like, what would I do in this situation? Hey, Katina Brooks, what would I do in this situation? Okay. So I wish we could do, I am tempted to do another watch party on that. I know I keep saying I want to do it and I haven't done it, but this movie got me going. I mean, to the point, my wife, she don't get in all that. But even her, man, even she's like, oh, wow. Oh, wow. Right? So, with that being said, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Everything is falling apart. There's no drama to it, and there is no conspiracy theory to it. Everything is falling apart. We have a lot of people running things that's saying you have to abide by the laws, rules, and regulations. And the same people are not abiding by the laws, rules, and regulations. Everybody is telling us we need to stand on and stand behind the American Constitution. At the same time, the people that's forcing us to follow the Constitution is literally wiping their butts with said Constitution, making us like, look, if y'all gonna do crime, should we be able to do crime? If y'all do vengeance, can we do vengeance? Because everything y'all keep doing and changing is in your favor, but we're supposed to be the citizens that's standing up for our rights and our constitutional rights, and we're supposed to be protectors of American soil. But at the same time, the people that enforce the rules on that or teach the rules on that is treating us like none of us belong here. And they're breaking the rules, breaking the laws, they're robbing people, stealing, so on and so forth. So it just got me in a position of thinking like this. There's going to be a clash, man. You can't have a bunch of people saying, do as I say, not as I do. Oh. As you're a grown man or a grown woman, right? That do as I say, not as I do, ain't gonna fly with another grown man or grown woman. Like it's like if a police officer tell you better follow the law while he's smoking crack. You understand? Like, hey, you are in no position to tell me to stop smoking while you got a whole pocket full of crack. You ain't in no position to tell me to stop drinking with your whole pocket full of crack. You can't tell a streetwalker to stop walking the street because it's illegal, but while you got one in the back seat, you just picked up, and not for breaking the law for your pleasure. See, that's where I got a problem. And I say this, there's going to come a minute where just like a teenager, every teenager ends up trying. I'm breaking up. I don't even know why. Every teenager ends up trying their parent. You can only get away with do as I say, not as I do for so long before that teenager says, why don't you do it then? Now, yes, that teenager is out of line. But at the same time, that teenager is right. Like, why don't you want me smoking, but you smoke? Why don't you want me drinking alcohol, but you drink alcohol? In a minute, if you're a parent, hey, mad props to all the parents out there. If you are a parent, you know what I'm talking about. There's going to be a day where you just may have to knuckle up and buckle up on one of your kids because they've gotten to an age to try you. It is not always because they got a bad attitude. It's not always because they're a bad kid. Usually they're sick of do as I say, not as I do. You tell them, don't eat that piece of cake. It's going to make you fat. Well, you eat it. So, I mean, what? Well, that's just human nature. That's not just about our kids. That was actually just an example. And that's who we are. Right now, we are the young adult to this country. And we're seeing our parents, the people running this place, cut up, drinking, smoking, loving, stealing, robbing, killing, dealing. But they're looking down at us, telling us we shouldn't do this stuff. It's going to be a time where the people of real Americans is going to say, look, I've had enough of this say as I do. do as I say, not as I do. So here's the deal. Are you ready? It's down here in this ticker. What if this all really pops off? Are you ready? Are you getting ready? Do you have protection? Where are your people? Where's your network? And are you ready to tell people no? Are you ready to look somebody square in the eye and say, no, you can't come here. No, you can't have any food. No, you can't have any water. If you come any closer, I'm going to have to do what I have to do. Are you ready for that? Everybody talk that stuff, but I don't think everybody is ready. Now, I want to talk about another part where me and my wife had a conversation, and people, you're not going to want to hear it, but it's the truth. Everybody, every year, all year round, asks me this every time I have one of these conversations. How should I prepare if I am in an apartment? Can anybody tell me what my answer is every time somebody asks me that? Every time somebody says, how do I grow a garden in my apartment? What do I say? How can I do all of that stuff that you do in my apartment? What do I say? Does anybody know what I always say? I've been saying it for years and they hate it. I give them the reality of the question. Absolutely. Thank you. Who is this? Whole and rooted. Whole and rooted. Wait a minute. I missed you. I missed you, whole and rooted. Hold on. Absolutely. I say, get out the apartment. Second floor gardens. Absolutely. Get out. Get out of the apartment. No, I don't say however you can. I say, get out of it. And they said, well, that's easier said than done because you already did it. You already got it. No, I started just where you are. That's not where I want to be. So I started working towards it. I'm going to let y'all know again. Come out of those cities. Come out of those apartments. I don't care if you don't want to hear it. The truth is the truth. An apartment is a death trap. If you're up on the third and fourth and fifth and sixth and seventh and on floor, you're sitting in a freaking death trap. I don't care how you look at it. And you keep saying because the rent is low. Now, this is what we talked about, okay? You say you stay in an apartment because the rent is cheap. And then I say, who is making you stay in that city? Nobody's forcing you to stay there. Now, if there's a law that's forcing you to stay there, then that's understandable. But nobody's under any restrictions of having to stay in the city that they were born in. Sun Energy say, I missed it. Say, I am ready, started telling certain people that my foods is for my household. I spent money on it. I have no fear, saying no. Amen to that. I have zero fear. And I'm ready to protect everything that I've accomplished to the last drop. So we're in a situation right now where all of our scenarios are literally being tested. All of the scenarios that we've been playing, we used to play a game called Scenarios, and we would put ourselves in certain scenarios here on YouTube and say, how will we get out of it? And guess what? We're literally living that right now. Years ago, I said, if this ever happened, this is what we should do. Or give me ideas of what you think we should do. And I'm telling y'all right now, number one, get out of that damn apartment building. It's a death trap. Listen, get this. No matter what the problem, no matter what the situation, no matter what, tornado, hurricane, flood, power outage, contaminated water, anything. Every single problem that we have, whether it's natural or man-made, an apartment ends up being a death trap. A wildfire, a fire, a bomb, a flood, a tornado, a hurricane, terroristic threats. No matter what, an apartment building is the first death trap. And I know a lot of people, you don't want to hear it. But I'm not saying this because I'm trying to down you or badmouth you at all. I'm telling you because it's the truth. You know, okay. I want you to pay attention to the news right now to prove my point. They don't aim their missiles out in the country, out in the rural areas of the country that they're aiming at. They want to devastate the most populated areas. They want to devastate the areas with the most resources. They want to devastate where, and they want to get rid of as many people with one bomb as they can. If you look at it, even at, and you're trying to get you have an infestation, okay? I'm not comparing people to insects, but I'm just using an example. If you want to get rid of an infestation of mice, rats, roaches, fleas, ticks, bedbugs, it don't matter. The first thing you do is you find the hive. You find where the most resources are. You find out where all of them go to sleep. You find out where they come back to when they're done out in the kitchen. And that's the first place you hit because the queen is going to be there. The central location. And we want to kill as many of these roaches as we can, right? Why don't you just keep on spraying them out on the walls, okay? Because all the walls throughout your house, that's like the rural area. You only gonna pick off one of them, but you just wasted all of your ammunition. No, we want to get to the concentration of our problem. So we need to find where most of them live at and strike there. Whether it's some sort of bomb or some kind of virus that they send out, or the water system. They're not aiming at well water. They're aiming at water treatment plants. They're aiming at where everybody is, gas stations, mega stores, infrastructure, manufacturing that keeps the rest of the people going. The last place they look for is people in rural areas because they know we're going to waste a lot of energy and a lot of time trying to hunt and pick off each and every single mug in the woods. So that's why I keep saying, listen, you live in an apartment. I know that don't make it right. You live in an apartment because you think that that's your only choice. I know. That also does not make it right. Get away from other people at all costs. Get away from other people at all costs. Find you a place. If you can't afford to get a place, go find a secret little place and kind of low key call it yours and say, hey, I found me a place where if it all go down, this is where we gonna end up. This is where we gotta go. Okay? Because this is bad, y'all. Now, everybody go watch the movie The Last House. That's the homework today, because we're gonna touch on this again. We're going to have, I want to have a movie night probably this Friday. What day is Wednesday? I'm going to try. We're going to see, okay? I really want to do this because this is big time to me. But this is what I want y'all to do in the meantime. No matter where y'all at, what you doing, I need you to do something for me and do something for you, Can y'all do that? Can you do me a favor? Everybody watching me right now, can you do me a favor? I want y'all, how many people got kids? Everybody got kids. Let me show of hands. If you got children or nephews and nieces, if you don't have any children, do you got any nephews or young nieces? I want you to get your kids together. And I want y'all to try to say you just got nephews and nieces, right? And you say, hey, y'all come over here and stay with Uncle Ed this weekend because we're going to do something. Your mom and daddy is welcome to come, but hey, I need everybody to come in here and do this. All right. I got something for everybody, even the kids. Even the kids. Now, you're going to understand what I'm talking about once you watch the movie, okay? Once you watch this movie, it'll all make sense. And this is what I've been trying to do all week. Okay. I want everybody to do this. The weekend is coming up. And I want you to do the 5-gallon bucket challenge. You're not doing this for me. You're doing this for you, okay? I need you to go and purchase 3 5-gallon buckets. I want to make sure that's up and center. They only cost like $2 or $3 a piece. For every single person in your household, each person needs 3 5-gallon buckets. It's not necessary, but I want to keep the gross part out of it, okay? Each person gets 3 5-gallon buckets. For the first 5-gallon bucket, I need you to fill the first 5-gallon bucket as high as you can with water, drinking water. The second 5-gallon bucket, I want you to fill it with as much non-perishable food as you can. I don't care if it's sardines, cans of beans, whatever you can fit in that 5-gallon bucket of food. Just food. Not can openers, not all this nonsense that everybody always tell me after I do a 5-gallon bucket bug out. No. Food only. Non-perishable, meaning canned goods, dry rice, dry beans, ramen, I don't care what it is. No, all adults and all children, 3 buckets per person. When I say per person, it doesn't matter how old they are, you the adult or you the child. 3 buckets, okay? So we got 1 bucket, it's 5 gallons full of water. The second bucket is 5 gallons full of food. You get 1 more bucket, and you're going to fill this up while you're doing the challenge. This one should be empty. This bucket, number 3, is where you're going to do your business at. You get what I'm saying? Bucket number 3 is where you get rid of all the stuff from bucket number 1 and bucket number 2, if you get what I'm saying. Maybe this should have been bucket number 2. This. I'm going to show you how simple this is. I'm going to show you how easy this is. You get your Walmart bag. I know. Before you trip, get your Walmart bag. Make sure it's one of the Walmart bags with no holes on the bottom. Trust me. Okay? No holes on the bottom. If there is a small hole on the bottom, put a piece of tissue paper or napkin on the bottom. Trust me. Trust me. Okay? You take your bucket. You put your Walmart bag or wherever you like to shop in the bucket. It's weird, but it fits perfectly without slipping. Like it was built to be here. Perfect. You can put whatever lid you want there. You can use a pool noodle or whatever you want to do for the bath, the sitting pad. The pool noodle is just doing too much for me. So these only cost like $3 or $4 online on Amazon. Now I'll link them to this video. And you clip that on. Some of them have a lid to them. I don't never use that. Now, let me see. I want to do this. Okay, let's do this. Now, you sit on here, do your business. You do your business, and now it's at the bottom, right? You wipe it up, clean it up, put your tissue paper in there too. Now, all you do is peel this back. Take that Walmart bag, just like this. Tie it up. Just like that. And I like to double wrap it depending on what I ate the night before. Might have been some burritos. And then you want to overlap it and tie it again. You don't have to. I like to. Okay? So now you have a very small footprint that you left. These are degradable. If you leave this out in the sun long enough, that bag will melt and turn into the mush. So all you do, you dig a hole somewhere out in your yard and you drop that in that hole. Get ready to cover it up. You can also put it out in your trash can for city delivery. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay? Go put it in your garden. I don't care what you do with it. But what I'm trying to tell you is this is how simple it is. So once you're done, you sit here and you reload. Same deal. You put another bag in as soon as you get done, because what I found is if you wait until it's time for you to go to put a bag in, sometimes you gotta go. And you ain't got time for all of that. Okay? So what I'm telling you, you don't need the bag. You can go right in the bucket. I wouldn't do that. Ask me how I know. One of the reasons why I said you shouldn't do that is because you only have 5 gallons of water to use for 5 days. The 5-gallon bucket challenge is 5 gallons of water, 5 gallons of food, and a 5-gallon bucket to do your waste in for 5 days. Can you do that? Without using the water from your spigot, without using the lights from your house, without using any of that. Cut off your main power if you have to, whatever you need to do. But everybody has to agree and promise. If you don't go and cut off your main power system or go outside and shut off your water system, I totally understand that because, this is just, we're just throwing something around. But this is what I'm asking you. And this is why I'm saying bring your kids in, okay? And I need everybody to put their hand in and promise this is all we're going to eat. And this is where we're going to do our business at. This is all the water we're going to drink for 5 days. The reason I'm doing this is because there's people over in Puerto Rico living like this right now in real time. People, our brothers and sisters over in Puerto Rico are living like this right now. They're on water rations because they are out of water. They're out of food. So if you don't have water, where is your poop and pee going anywhere? Your poop and your pee ain't getting flushed into anything, right? So what are we doing? And right now, we really need to practice this, because here in South Carolina, we're having rolling blackouts. In Puerto Rico and other parts of this United States, they're having rolling water restrictions. Remember, all these years we've been doing rolling blackouts through the United States. Now we're doing rolling water restrictions. If you get caught watering your lawn, man, you end up in prison, especially with this dude running the show. He will send you to prison. The reason why I got us doing this is because we take too much stuff for granted. All of us. We take entirely too many things for granted. We are spoiled. We think that all of this stuff is going to be here tomorrow. We think we're always going to be able to flush a toilet and flush 3 gallons of water down a toilet bowl for one turd. 3 gallons of fresh, clean drinking water to flush down 2 or 3 ounces of urine. We think that we need 10 gallons of water to wash 3 or 4 different plates and cups. We think to clean our bodies, we need at least 20 gallons standing in the shower, or to fill a bathtub so you can sit in a bathtub full of 20, 30, 40 gallons of water with your Camay bath salts and all that bull. We have lost touch with reality. We have jacuzzi tubs, hot tubs we sit in and fill up this. Every house that I see with a jacuzzi jet tub, that means somebody fills up that jacuzzi jet tub that takes about 50 or 60 gallons of water. They sit in that, bubble around for a couple of hours, wash their tailbone, get out, and then let all of that 50, 60 gallons of water go down the drain. For what? For pleasure. For pleasure. You say, oh, I got a bad back. Hey, it's other things you could do for a bad back. Waste 50, 60 gallons of water like Tony Montana tub? We got a lot of natural disasters happening, and I don't think anybody's ready for it. Now, me and my wife had a long talk all night and this morning, all the way up until about 2 hours ago. We've been talking about this all morning. Now, this is the other part, and the very last part that I want to touch on. Are you ready? You sound familiar. I said this already, huh? Are you ready? What if you get closed in your home? Do you have 3 years worth of food for everybody in your house? I'm asking, can you answer that? Do you have 3 years at the minimum of food for every single person in your family household that lives under your roof? I see that's hard to answer, ain't it? DJ says no. The creator says, oh my God, no, absolutely. Antoinette, no, I have 1 year. Why 1 year? Talia says no. Natalie says no. Marvell says no. Sherry says no. Cynthia says, I think so. Lakia says not at all. T says no. Rooted in Love, no. MJR, that's a no. Glenice Smith, no. Brother Tony says no. That Gilbert girl, no. Omarosa, no. Anita, no. Okay, Beyond the Box Garden says yes. Beautifully, no. Country Boy Capital, no. Pam Young, no. David, no. Grammy Yacht, baby girl, I know you do. Grammy Yacht, and I just spoke on you the other day and had to prove to people that you taught me something. You taught me to listen to real people that's really living it and doing it. So, my queen, I know you do. Okay. Sun Energy, I know you do too, sister. I know you do. All right. So, all these people are saying yes, y'all need to go check out their channels and see a little something what they doing. Okay. Alicia says yes. All right. So here's you probably said, Led, I got a year worth of food, right? I got 1 year worth of food for everybody in the house. That's what you said, right? You're probably asking, what made you pick 3 years? Hey, Led, why you pick 3 years? What's that number? Why did you just pulled that out of your hat? No. I didn't pull the number 3 out of my hat just to pick a number. Do you know why I picked the number 3? Can anybody tell me why I picked the number 3 years worth of food? Anybody? I'll let everybody guess. Do you know why I picked the number 3? Hey, AM Art, how you doing? Does anybody know why I picked the number 3? I'll tell you. Nope. Salon Diva, nope. Say that fool to be out of office. Nope. I picked the number 3 for a specific reason. Trial and tribulation, no. Nope. Ain't got nothing to do with that man at all. Katina Brooks. Katina Brooks says, Katina Brooks says, why did you pick the number 3? How long has those 2 countries been at war? How long have those 2 countries been suffering through war with no supplies? The first war that started before all of this other mess, those first 2 countries, we're going to call the first one the Rush. Okay. Rush started fighting the other boys. No, not them. The first one, see, it's so many wars going on. Wait. I'm going to come back and listen. Look, the creator says, no, there are so many wars going on that you don't know which war I'm even talking about anymore. Ain't that something? That first one that Rush created, the first one that Rush started, they've been fighting them people for 3 years. And those people are fighting with no food, no water, and no supplies. Right. Rush and the Crane. It's been 4 years? I'll believe you. No, it hasn't. I could be wrong. Hell, I could be wrong. I think it was 3. But get this. Those people are begging other countries for food, water, and supplies. Don't say his name, sister, please. You hear us talking in code? Don't do that, please. Now, I know that's true. You need the ability to produce your own needs, not just storage, gardening, water collection. Absolutely. But see, the realization is you can't grow food fast enough. You need to do both. Okay, being realistic. You can't grow food fast enough to feed a family full of people. You can't. It's just impossible. You need to do both. You need to be growing your own food in your garden, indoor, outdoor. You also need to have food storage set up. I don't care how you're storing it, canning it, dehydrating it, freeze drying it. It doesn't matter, but you need food stores on top of, in the middle of what you're growing right now in your garden. That's not ripe yet, and if you eat it, you might get sick. You need something now. If you have children in your house, they can't wait a couple of days or a few days like we can, and we sitting around here and all of us is overweight. We can last a couple of weeks worth of meat on our back. These little babies can't, right? So that's where I got the number 3. There are so many wars going on right now in the world, and some of them are threatening. Some of them are threatening to go. Some of them are threatening to start another branch off of one of these different wars. And my realization is it's only a matter of time before this hit American soil. I ain't talking about us fighting out in the ocean and fighting other places. I'm talking about it's only a freaking matter of time before boots are on the ground right here. Because you got to understand, there are cells, splinter cells here already. Now let's be realistic. This ain't no conspiracy theory. We know what it is. And if you don't believe that there is not already splinter cells here in America, I can prove it. Because you think that I'm talking about domestic terrorism. I mean, foreign terrorism. I'm not. We have splinter cells of domestic terrorists right here. We got to worry about the domestic lunatics first before we think of anybody coming over here and infiltrating our land. We're fighting amongst ourselves before we can even get ready. We're fighting amongst ourselves and wasting our energy and our supply system on ourselves because of the color we are. Because of our religion or belief or your sexuality, we're fighting each other. We're already weak. And we think we're ready for them to put boots on the ground? You think you ready because you got a cabinet full of firearms? You don't know. You have not been to war. I got cabinets full of firearms. I am not ready for that. You might have a cabinet full of firearms and you weigh 400 pounds. You can't run. You can't hide. You can't hold your breath so nobody can hear you breathing so they can walk past you. You're not trained for any of this. You just got guns. And everybody think that that's the all end all say all be all is going to save your life is having a pistol. And I'm here to tell you, go watch the movie, The Last House. And that's going to change your mind about how many pistols do you really need? That's really going to change your mind. Like, should we put all of our hope into owning a pistol? Is that the only thing we need? Is a bunch of bullets and a pistol? I think you need to start thinking outside that box and come up with other things. So it's nothing to shoot people when you can see them. It's nothing when we see innocent people and innocent bystanders get shot on the street in a fight, in a turf war, gang war, whatever. It's easy to see how that ends up. But you've never been trained in any kind of war to the point you know there's somebody on the roof looking at you through a very powerful scope, and they can take your life whenever they feel like it. That's how real war is done. Somebody is in that window, in that car, under that truck. You don't know. You out here looking like you part of some movie and you got your pistol ready to pop off. You won't even see when you die. You won't see it coming. There will not be a fight. There will not be a firefight like you think it's going to be. You're going to take a nap and wake up at the father's feet like, what happened? Oh, yeah, he was on the roof. And everybody think they're going to be doing all this heroic Batman, Superman bull crap. That ain't how it works. So I'm asking all of you before I go, please get your family together and everybody do the 5-gallon bucket challenge. I'm going to end the video like this. Get 3 5-gallon buckets. Fill 1 5-gallon bucket full of water and put a lid on it. Get a second 5-gallon bucket and fill it with non-perishable foods. Dry beans, rice, canned food, don't matter. Fill it to the top. Get a third 5-gallon bucket, and that will be your way that you relieve yourself every day. Can you do that? If you could do that and you are doing it and you have to do this for 5 days, every single person in the house gets 3 buckets. Unless you want to share your bucket with people. Husband and wife, y'all can share y'all buckets with each other. And if you get your kids, each one of them, their own 3 buckets, I think they'll like doing it better if they got their own 3 buckets. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody does not necessarily want to be booming on the same box. You know, me and my family do it, but that's my family. Y'all may not be there yet up here. Like, I'm not ready for that. So get your own bucket. And I'm going to put the link to the toilet lid that you can buy. You don't have to have this, okay? But it sure makes it nice, especially if you got a big room, okay? Makes it nice. So I'm going to put the link to this in the video. And I want everybody to practice this and see how many days you can do it, okay? If you got to go to work, you need some, whatever you packed in your 5-gallon bucket for lunch, pull it, take it with you. Take some of that water with you too. You got to remember, okay? 5 gallons of water, 5-gallon bucket full of food, and a 5-gallon bucket toilet. Please. And I want to know, how many days do you think you can make it? How many days did you make it? I want to know about everybody in your family. Did your son, he could only do it 2 days? Or your daughter could only pull off 1 day? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. Our daughters are gangster. I'm going to say this too now. Y'all can even have a challenge in your own household. Who's the first to give up? You could do it parents against the kids. You can do it the girls against the boys, adults against the grown-ups against the kids. You can do it however you want to make it fun. But I'm telling you, if you can do this for 5 days, it changes something. It changes something up here and make you feel like, I think I could have went 7 days. And then you're going to try it. The reason why I'm asking all of this to y'all, because one day I feel like I want to start up a public camp And this is exactly what it's going to be. We will be staying on a campsite with no power and no water. You will have to bring your own water in or deal with your own water and haul it in from somewhere else in the park. And your food will be the only food that you bring. Your bathroom will be the bathroom that you bring or you create. It will not be on a campsite where there's power and water usage and all of that. It will be on a primitive site. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that. And just be ready for the worst. Right now, we having fun at it. And I pray to God that we never have to do it in real life. But the training like this will do two things. It will get you ready for a bad situation, and it'll also get you ready to be a landowner. If you plan on purchasing raw land, this will get you ready for that, because if you purchase raw land, this is exactly what you'll be doing. Okay? So for the rest of the week, what I'm going to be doing is putting out videos and showing you guys a couple things you might want to put in your arsenal. Solar panels, solar power generators, so on and so forth. So that's what I'm going to dedicate the rest of my week to. So if you have any questions, please leave it down in the comments. Everybody, thank you for coming by. Thank you. And everybody, good luck. All right? Leah Farmer 73. Stay safe. Stay sane. I love you. And I'm out. Peace.